We are just past the halfway point of the season, and what can you say about the Nashville Predators at this point in time? Offensively, they have individuals that are not performing anywhere near the level that they were last year. In net, UC Saros started off the season very poorly, but has rebounded and looks to be edging towards the similar type of season and numbers that he had last year. As far as record breakers go, nobody seems to be on pace like they were last year to break any of those significant records. And for the team overall, when it comes to their play, well, they find themselves near the bottom of the Central Division after half of the season. What started out seemingly very promising in the International Global Series in the 2 games against the San Jose Sharks, after the return home, it became a nightmare very quickly for the rest of the month of October and parts of the month of November. The Preds have had some good stretches. That one time they picked up 9 out of 10 points on a homestand. They had an opportunity to pick up 8 out of 10 points on a 5-game road trip as of late. They play good for 4 or 5 games, then they play really bad for 4 or 5 games. Offensively, they're not where they need to be. Special teams, they're not where they need to be. Lineup, they haven't really solidified or settled on a consistent line combinations or sets of combinations game in and game out. So basically what you can say about the first half of the season is the Preds are really lucky to have a record that's above 500 and to find themselves only a few points behind the wild card. They have plenty of room to make improvements, and you sure hope that they're going to moving forward. My confidence in John Hynes is starting to slide. His failure over the course of the first half of the season to find and solidify his line combinations, to find and solidify a style that is going to work for this team coming into the season, whatever his thoughts were, he has failed to make the adjustments at this point. Is he on the hot seat? I would think so, and honestly, at this point, I'm starting to hope so, because the Nashville Predators are going to need to make some changes. I feel the same about the general manager, David Poile, who the first half of the season, coming into the season, he signs Forsberg. He makes the Niederreiter trade. He makes the McDonough trade. It seemed like things were going in the right direction. Suddenly, Tomasino finds himself buried in the minors. Tolvanen finds himself as a success story in Seattle, and the Nashville Predators' plan to move forward with a new class and new crop seems to have fallen by the wayside. David Poile, I do not know if he has a response or an answer. The trade deadline's coming up very soon. Mistakes are easy to make when your team is floundering. Do not sacrifice Tomasino, Evangelista, Askarov, the future of this Nashville Predators team, to save your job for another 6 months. Because at some point in time, somebody else is going to have to come in and take the reins. So for the Nashville Predators, summing up the first half of the season, I guess I'd say they're really lucky to be where they are. They've had poor management. They've had poor coaching. They've had poor play. They've had poor goaltending. Somehow, they've climbed to 19-17-6, and at 44 points are within reasonable conversation distance of a playoff spot. We'll continue tracking it each and every play, each and every period, each and every game, right here from the bunker on Renegades of Puck TV and on the Renegades of Puck podcast. For Brian Basson, I sure appreciate Brian jumping in the trenches and helping me out this entire weekend, and each and every one of the Renegades of Puck. Sean, hope you're doing all right. Hope things are getting a little bit better with your situation there, with your construction job, and we'll get you back in the trenches soon. I respect and love and appreciate each and every one of you out there. Thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for joining us. Operation 703 is now complete. Stick tabs, love, and respect.